some dogs out this morning, but then it started pouring down heavy, but it just quit here in Ellet, so off and on. I was kind of wondering how the rains are going to affect that big protest they're supposed to have downtown Akron today. Supposed to have one in downtown Akron and some park in Cuyahoga Falls and another park over in Kent. So I think it's the same group that is involved out in Los Angeles. But it's going to be interesting to see how the weather affects that. That's about all I've got this morning. It's Saturday, and we made it to the weekend, and hopefully it's going to be a good day. How's it going with you today, Jim? Back to you.
W8WKY.
All righty, Randy. Okay, well, you know, if they want to get out there and walk around for what they believe, you know, in the rain, that's fine, yeah. As long as they don't destroy something and let people know their feelings, that's fine. But when they pick up a rock or a stick or a Molotov cocktail, that's not fine no more. Then they ruin whatever they're fighting for. That's not good. Alrighty, we'll see if Ray gets to go out this morning. I was looking on a map, and he's got some showers or maybe no twisty things, but it looked like maybe had a little lightning around him there someplace. K5 CFY WB8 VMW.
WB8 VMW K5 CFY. Yep, we got to walk in. We got stuff coming in from the west. It's got some lightning, but I don't think there's any twisty things. Just some more rain. Anyway, it's all good here. Good to hear you in there. Wave a hand at Miss Judy, and hope she's getting your bacon-flavored oatmeal ready for you. But anyway, all's good here. Got a busy Saturday. We got the RCWA club meeting, and then I think the kids are going to do the Father's Day thing today. So anyway, good to hear you in there, Jim. Good to hear everybody in there, and we'll say 73. Hope everybody has a great Saturday. 73, K5, CFY.
All righty, Ray. Well, I don't think we're going to do anything spectacular here today. Probably sit out on the front porch. Yeah, my neighbors across the street had a yard sale, but they were smart. They had it Thursday, Friday, and started closing up Friday afternoon. And just about the time they got the last table cleared off, you know, little sprinkles, but it hasn't rained really hard here yet. But I think today we're going to get some here in the morning, but then the afternoon is going to clear off. So everything looks good. Alrighty, Ray, you and Fred, just take it easy and do what's fun, and the rest of it, you know, just let it pass you on by. Well, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to call for Rod and Wendy, see if they're back home yet. KAJAX and family, are you back from your vacation yet? WB8 BMW looking. Yeah, that's all right. I hope they're enjoying themselves. All righty, LJ. KB8 LJ, WB8 BMW. Oh, yeah, how's everything in your neighborhood there, LJ?
Well, WB8 BMW from KB8LJ here. Good morning to everybody out there, and it's also a good morning to be operating beds on the air, because as I look out the window, it looks like it is dumping rain, and it is very, very dark. So I guess that's proof real gray day. So, KB8LJ, back to net.
Well, that's all righty, LJ. Another gray day, Ohio gray day. That's fine. We're used to it. We can handle it. We've been acclimatized. All righty, well, let me see. Well, anybody that I missed or come in late wants to jump in there, go ahead and we got about 5-6 minutes. So anybody wants to jump in, go ahead. Now's the time.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8 TLB.
Well, now that sounds like a very familiar call sign. So TLD, yeah, go ahead. And what's the weather like over there? Is it raining yet? WB8VMW.
Hey Jim, this is Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8 TLB. Randy not in the brake truck. Hey, I'm in the my beautiful shack, not working. So puppy dog wouldn't leave me alone. So finally got up, and I guess I left the radio on last night. So I heard some chatter down here. So come down to put him out. Decided to get on the radio and say hi to you, Jim. I listen to you guys every morning while I'm working. So it's very enjoyable to listen to you guys. I enjoy it every morning while I'm working. So I appreciate you, Jim, and I hope you get some push time today. And I'll try to send you some pictures of the truck. I'm always working on it. So good talking to you, Jim, and hope you have a beautiful day. And this is Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo KE8 TLB 73, and God bless, Jim.
All righty, we have Randy. Yeah, Randy in the brake truck, it just struck a note in my brain, but that there, my brain acts way slower than my mouth does. My mouth goes a mile a minute, and my brain is very slow. So, yeah, the last picture I got, the inside of that there brake truck, there was a little fuzzy puppy trying to drive it or putting the dash and the floor back together. So, she'd like to see what it looks like. Sort of take a picture of the inside. I can compare it to the last one. And, from what I can see, it went from a work truck to a show truck almost there. You're doing good work there. And we're glad you got on there this morning. Yeah, I remember that you said you can hear, but you can't talk sometimes unless you hide behind a box. So, we'll hope we entertain you while you're working there. All righty, Randy, you take care. And, send some pics. We got to keep track of that truck. All righty, anybody else? We still got 3 minutes.
November 9, Tango.
Good morning, KC8SQ. How are you, Jim?
Cool there, but N9TN WB8 BMW. Good morning, JJ. Yeah, I forgot to call on you this morning. You and Ron are my favorite Saturday first on the line, but I forgot. But go ahead, JJ, and what's the weather and how you feeling? Give us all the information. WB8VMW.
All right. Well, good morning, Jim. Good morning to everybody on the barometer frequency. 66 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Humidity at 100%, dew point 66, pressure at 30.1, and that is rising. The chance of precipitation is 40%. High today, 87 degrees. Wind out of the southwest at 1 mile per hour, gusting at 2. Low tonight, same as last night, 66 degrees. Anyway, not doing too much here, just enjoying the time in the radio room, and I actually forgot about switching over here, so if you would have called me, I wouldn't have been there anyway. And to you, and good to hear you, Jim. Have a good day.
W8WKY.
All righty, JJ. Well, good to hear you this morning. You know, we gather that you can't get on the radio a lot of times. You come and go, and as you pass through the office there, the radio room or whatever, give us a call. We appreciate it. Alrighty, JJ. Well, your weather is close to the same as ours. Only I think the top end a little higher than ours. We're supposed to get up pretty warm today. High humidity and high heat. That's a real combination for me to stay inside. Alrighty, now we heard Mark in there. KC8 FQV WB8 VMW. Good morning, Mark. And it's 7 o'clock, so you make it really short, because I got to get Stephan in here. Make it official.
Good morning, Jim. Yeah, that quail, I think it's going to be like this all day. But, well, not much are happening. Yeah, I woke up at 6:09, looked at the clock, and, yeah, I said, not yet. So then I woke up at 6:43 and brought it up online then. So, I heard you calling, Elmer. He just passed me. But hope everything's going good over there. Yeah, there's another ham up in
This is
Chestnut became a silent key. NF1X, you know. So we have to condolences out to that family. But, yeah, we hate to hear them. But we'll send it back your way, Jim. And, yeah, maybe Stephan's out there. He's got the logger going. It depends on when he got up. So we'll send it back your way, and you and Judy have a good day. So KCLFQV, yeah, you're going to be inside. Yeah, Judy will have you doing things. So back it comes, Jim. KC8FQV.
All righty, Mark. Okay, well, we're 2 minutes into Stephan's time, so NAWB WB8 VMW. We're going to turn it over to you real quick, and I'm going to head for the kitchen. Everything is nice and smooth out there, Stephan. Just take the names, make it official, and you guys have a great day. Good Lord willing, we'll see you, let me see, well, it'll be Monday morning. WB8 VMW, back to NAWB.
WB8 VMW, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Thanks, Jim, for running the early morning zoo. Appreciate that. CQ. This is NAWB calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Barometer Net. I'll be your net control this morning. My name is Stephan, Sierra, Tango, Echo, Papa, Hotel Echo, November. My call sign is November Echo Whiskey Bravo. Our repeater call is W8WKY. This is a controlled net. All traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic can break into this net or any amateur radio net at any time. Sir, me and others, Peter, every morning, 7 a.m. except on Sunday. So you got 6 days to get us, and then the rest of Sundays, you can do whatever you want. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateurs encouraged to check in and join us. The PL tone for this repeater is 114.8. Also, good morning to all of our listeners, no matter where you're located. We'll send it back over to Jim one more time, and then we'll take some mobile check-ins and short time. But let me send it over to WB8 BMW for the last time this morning, and then we'll check and see how he's doing. You're up, my friend.
All righty, Stephan. Well, everything is pretty good. We're on the green side of the grass. Judy's feeling better, and then ups and downs, and then my knee is getting better. I just need a couple double portions of bacon-flavored oatmeal, and my knee will be back in 100%. Everybody out there is in pretty good shape and waiting to make it official. So we'll back on out of here and head for my morning medicine, oatmeal with bacon flavor in it. All righty, Stephan. Take care. Everybody stay safe, stay well, and turn it back to the net.
WBABMW, we do appreciate you, Jim, for all you do in the net in the mornings, and you have a great day. Keep out of the rain. But I'm sure your porch is covered, so you can still sit out there. It's not going to be a cold day. It's just going to be muggy. So, anyways, it's not supposed to be really cold. All right, I'm going to run down the list of who I got from the early morning check-ins. If you hear your name on the list, you don't need to check in again when I do the short times or mobile. Unless for some reason you need to skedaddle, then you can do it, and then I'll tell you who we got so far. We have K8 VOX Scott, K5 CFY Ray, K8 SLG Nick, KB8 TPQ Ron, K8 SFS Mark, W8 WAGXX Tom, AC8AT John, K8 MMY Chris, K4 OG Mark, AA8 CT Craig, Kitty8 ZSH Randy, KB8 LJ Charles, KE8 TLB, my buddy Randy out there, N9 TNJJ got you there, KC8 FQV Mark, and that is who we got for the early morning check-ins. Before we run that list, we're going to do a quick round of check-ins for anyone who is short time and mobile. If you'd like to check in, please give us your call sign, both phonetically and alphanumerically, one after the other. Phonetically, alphanumerically helps me with the logging. And right after we run that list, we will run the list I just read, which is about 15 people. So, check-ins for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association 2-meter Saturday Barometer Net, mobile or short time. If you didn't hear your name on the list, give me a call. And listeners, we want to thank you all for being part of it today. All right, go ahead, check it. Mobile short time.
K8, UKC, that's Kilo, 8, Uniform, Kilo, Zulu. I'm over in right now. Lovely one. Take care.
All right, before I let you go or take any more check-ins, your picket fencing, but I got most of it. Just give me your second letter in the beginning of your call sign. I believe it was K blank 8 UKZ. Give me your second letter a couple times, and we'll get you checked into the log. Second letter, K after the K. All right, I got you, Echo. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, any other short-time mobile check-ins, please call.
WE8, WIZ, Whiskey Echo 8, Whiskey India Zulu.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Peace on Earth, Christian and Bass, in and out.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right. Awesome. We had a few check-ins, and then we'll go to our big list. But we had KE8, UKZ. We do appreciate you being here this morning and checking, I believe, in and out. You're picket fencing a little bit, so I don't know if it's your location or you're driving. But if you want to check in again, please give us a call. and thank you for the check-in this morning, Alan. WE8WIZ, Bob, the Wiz. We'll get right back to you, Bob. And KF8POE. We do appreciate that, Christian. And we got you on the list, and I heard you say you were in and out, so thank you for the check-in this morning. And let me jump to your friend, my friend, our friend, the Wiz, who I happened to see last night, as a matter of fact. WE8WIZ, W8WKY. Go ahead, my friend. You're up. Great to have you here.
W8WKY.
Yeah, good morning, Stephan. This is WE8WIZ, Bob, out here in Norton, Ohio. Yeah, just a short time this morning. I've got a bunch of stuff I've got to get taken care of, and I'm not doing too well today. But you know, anything out here in Norton, Ohio is just fabulous, like our weather. Ohio gray is better than nothing at all. So I'm going to sign off here and let the real talkers talk, because as you know, I'm not a real person, but I do play one here on the radio. And that is Bob, the round mound of sound out here in Norton, Ohio, which, as you know, is the garden spot of Summit County. So everybody out there, 73, I'll sign off, hand it back to Stephan. This is WE8WIZ, Bob. Have a good morning.
WE8WIZ, W8WKY. Also, my professional call sign is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Professional. It was a joke. It's an amateur call sign. Well, it's great to hear you, my friend. Good to see you last night. That was another good meeting of the minds, I think. Sitting out there on the concrete driveway of the Wiz, out there in Norton, the garden spot of Summit County. It's a great place to be on Friday nights, man. Best seat in the house, I think. It's close to it. Okay, it's close to it. So anyway, all right. Enough of me talking. I'm going to run up to the top of our list of the ones who do the pre-checks, and we're going to start with KE8VOX W8WKY. Scott, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Good morning, Stephan. Good morning, all the listeners. This is KE8VOX. Scott up here on the shores of Lake Erie in Vermilion, Ohio. Yeah, we're starting out wet. It's been raining since, it's been raining off and on since about 8:30 last night, right before the fireworks started for the Vermilion Festival of the Fish fireworks. That's going on all week. Not the fireworks, but the festival is going on all weekend. But, yeah, it's 59.7. The barometer sitting at 29.94. And we've had about, I think just under an inch, 1.44 inches of rain since 8:30 last night. We had a pretty good downpour there at 5 o'clock this morning, but it's let up some now. The water temperature is 67.1. The winds are out of the northeast between 11 and 6 miles an hour. And the lake's looking like, 2 foot or less on it. On the lake this morning, but it's wet. I don't know, it's unfortunate it's raining for the festival, but hopefully it will clear on out and they can start having fun again up there. But that's all I got, Stephan. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for getting me in. And that's all I got. I'll clear it back to net control, KE8VOX.
KE8VOX, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here this morning. Scott, thank you so much for that. Thank you for joining us. And, yeah, reminded me of a really cute movie that I saw back in 2019. Still a good movie. It's called The Feast of the Seven Fishes. And it's a really good, it's a kind of a love story kind of thing. But it's got a couple big names in it. One of them is Joe Pantoliano, who's a famous actor that did a lot of bad boy kind of movies, Sopranos and things like that. But, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's a good movie. The Feast of the Seven Fishes, when you talk about the fishes there. So, my other favorite line, he swims with the fishes. From Godfather. All right, K5, CFY, W8WKY, Ray. It's great to have you here this morning. You're up, my friend.
All right, CFY. Good morning, Stephan. Good to hear you in there on this Saturday morning. Good to hear everybody out there. It's not raining here yet, but it's getting close. But anyway, hope everybody has a great Saturday and a great Father's Day coming up tomorrow. And great job there, Stephan. Thanks for doing the net. Catch you later. K5 CFY.
K5 CFY WAWKY. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much, Ray. You always make the air bands and the airwave sound a lot more fuller when we're hearing people from all over. And if anybody hasn't checked out yet, Thursday I did I was very blessed to do the anchoring for this week's Amateur Radio Newsline. And I just figured I'd throw it out there. It has nothing to do with Oklahoma, but it is one of those great stories. Someone did a story on Buc-ee's. And Buc-ee's is one of my favorite places when we go down to Tennessee. And so, they're everywhere, and they're coming to Ohio. That's what I've heard anyway. But someone did an amateur radio bit about Buc-ee's. So listen to the Amateur Radio Newsline if you can. KD8SLG W8WKY. Nick, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
NAWB, this is KD8SLG Mobile. Good morning, Stephan and all the Barometer netizens. I'm on the Worcester machine. Hopefully this one's working better than WKY. Propagation is not helping us this morning. Got a meeting coming up Thursday night. Looking forward to that. Hope to see a bunch of you there. And we got 14 Sleep Still Field Day. That's what I'm up and about and doing stuff for already this morning. So, fine business, Stephan. Have a great net. We'll talk to you later on. It's KD8SLG Mobile, back to net control.
KD8SLG W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Nick. Thank you so much. And I also, since we talked yesterday, I got a couple great ideas. I actually got them from Ray and Randy, K8TLB. So I'm a little bit happier than I was. Not that I was mad or anything about the stuff for Field Day, but I am a little bit more at peace, as they say. Well, there was more to it than that, but but it's always good to have friends who talk you down off the cupcake shelf, should I say? Yeah, so you don't eat so much. KB8TPQ W8WKY. Ron, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
This is KB8TPQ. Good morning, Stephan, all the netizens and listeners in. Yep, very thankful. I have a good sound mind, I guess, this morning. Things are making sense. Got some exercise that already started, and I'll head for the treadmill and smile while I listen it in. Thanks, Stephan, for doing a good job. We appreciate each one of you who take the responsibility to keep the net going. KB8TPQ, back to net control.
KB8TPQ W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Ron, and you have a great morning. One moment, please. Man, I had to sneeze like something else. Awesome. Man, whew! I've been doing that all week. I think it's I cut my mother's grass this week on the riding mower in Brunswick, and I got set off by the stuff in the grass. It happens. And then all week long it was everywhere, and then they were cutting our grass over by my house. So anyways, long story short, welcome to summer, and I love it. All right, good to hear you, Ron. Have a great morning, my friend. K8SFS W8WKY. Mark out there in Wadsworth. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
Crowds don't try to fight back at you, Stephan. I'm just joking with you, you know. Anyhow, we got 63 degrees here, foggy. They say 100% chance of rain later on. And it's supposed to get up to 73 degrees today. And it feels like 64 right now. And the wind is 8 miles per hour northeast. Gas price. I don't know. It's set 318 on some 318, 319 on some of the gas stations, and then there are some gas stations that say 252, you know. So I can't tell you what it is. And but the new Sheep gas station is 252 there in Wadsworth there, you know. And I'm going to drop this for a bit. Be right back.
W8WKY.
Good. Anyhow, doing okay and everything. Hurt my ankle back about a month ago, and it did kind of well. It's almost 99% well now. I can walk on it and everything. And I'll probably be at the meeting next Thursday. And okay. And thank you for running the net. And you're running it good. Stephan. I'll give it back to you. At the 8 Sarapalto there.
K8SFS, W8WKY. We do appreciate you. Thank you, Mark, for the kind words this morning. Always helps out to get a kind word and an acknowledgement. Also say that to you, Ron. I didn't get the chance to say that, so, and everybody that says kind words. That's what we're about in amateur radio and in life. Same kind words. Someone should actually write a book about that. Oh, they did. It's called the Bible. All right. So anyway, we're going to move over to GXX, W8WKY. Tom, you are up, my friend. It is great to have you here this morning. W8WKY. Yeah, we do appreciate you being here, Tom. Yeah, you were a little picket fencey too. Nick was right, man. Our repeater something's having a little bit of a problem. But we are going to pull through, and if I have to, I'll switch over to my clear node because I got them both running on the 9700 on the two different frequencies, the two different VFOs. So if I have to, I'll jump over to that. But other than that, we do appreciate you being here. AC8AT, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning. All right, one more time just to see. He might have been just checking in with Jim. AC8AT, you're up if you're here, my friend. All right, not heard, but hey, we got him marked in the log. K8MMY, W8WKY. Chris, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here today.
Well, good morning, Stephan in the net. And I think John might sneak back in and take a little nap. And boy, is today going to be a great day to take a little nap. So just going to relax and get some stuff done around the house. I'm thankful for rainy days because I don't spend enough time in the house getting stuff done, and it kind of piles up. So but that'll let me have a couple of different radios on, listening to QSOs all day long. So that's my plan. Back to net, KE8MMY.
K8MMY, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, be safe out there. It's supposed to be rainy all day. And glad I got all the mowing I needed to get done this week. Early. K4OG, W8WKY. Mark, out there somewhere. Yeah, not in Kentucky, but I know he's in Ohio, I believe. But you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. Great seeing you at POTA the other day.
November
November 8 Whiskey Bravo, K4OG here. Likewise. Yes, sir, Stephan. Hey, man, I was just sitting here thinking, I know you're a busy man. I mean, you're busy with your nephews, the Round Mound of Sound, the VE sessions, and all sorts of other things. And I was wondering if you got that TDOA fox hunting antenna built yet. Because if you haven't, and if you're coming to field day, bring all that stuff you've selected and the 24 magnetic wire, the enamel wire. I'll bring my soldering station, PVC cutters, drills. We'll get you something made up, Steph. That's what I was thinking. Unless you already got it done. I hope to see you there at field day. Really do. We're going to meet up with SLG and some others and, a brainstorm, I guess. I don't know why they picked me to brainstorm, but maybe I'll learn something. Good talking with you, Steph, and everyone on the net. Thank you for being a part, and I love being a part. K4OG, back to net.
K4OG, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Mark, thank you so much for sharing. No, yeah, I'll definitely bring my stuff over. But I got to be there. I got to do the food stuff. But I have to leave a little bit later. I got to do some church duty this weekend. So I will have supplies there for food, and I'll have somebody there who will actually set it all out, but it'll be all there ready to go. And, if we do that, it'll have to be a little later in the evening, probably after 7, 8 o'clock. So if you're still up, I probably won't be there long period for the beginning of it, but because, like I said, I got to tally over back to Medina to do some stuff. One of those weekends where I tried to get out of every commitment I had, and it failed again. So unfortunately, got to keep moving no matter what. But we will have everybody there for the supplies that they need to eat and have a good time, nourishment before the evening, and then nourishment for breakfast. So we'll have all that stuff there. And if Gary ACS brings his big coffee thing, if not, I have a 30-cup coffee pot. So we will have coffee either way, and then in the morning we'll have coffee for breakfast too. So anyways, appreciate you being here, my friend Mark. We'll have to get in touch sometime off the band, so we'll do that soon. A8CT W8WKY. Craig, you are up, my friend. It is great to have you here from down there in Shreve, Ohio.
W8WKY. Good morning, Stephan. A beautiful day in the neighborhood if you like fog, rain. Oh, it's an Ohio gray day. How cool is that? But I haven't heard it this morning yet. If my calendar is correct, today is also Flag Day. Back in, I think it was, June 14th of something like 1777, we adopted the flag. So there you have it, my trivial knowledge for the day, which is very minimal because I have minimal knowledge and I'm not good at trivia. I hope you and all the rest of the Barometer Netters out there are having a great day, and I hope that each and every one of you gets done what you want done, including taking a nap. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Stephan, and the W8WKY Silvercreek Amateur Radio Society Barometer Net in the morning. Go out and make somebody smile. It'll make you feel better and may even put a smile on your face. Thank you, Stephan, for being the NCO. Take care, my friend, and 73s, we will see you down the log.
Hey, AHCT W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Craig. And, National Flag Day. It might be something that a lot of people don't realize, but National Flag Week starts on June 14th. So National Flag Day 14th, but the National Flag Week starts that day for 7 days forward. So whenever you see the 14th of June, just know, keep displaying your flags. We try to display flags all year long, if we can, except for winter, but all summer long. I probably should do it in the winter, but I am getting that flagpole antenna up with Randy, who's going to be up in just a little bit. and Randy's helping me kick my butt to get that thing up. We had to move it to July. We were going to do it next weekend, but I got to get some stuff in line for field day, and that's fine. It's not a big thing. That's more important, and then we'll get that up soon. But yeah, National Flag Day and National Flag Week. Good time. KDA, ZSH, W8, WKY. Randy, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here today.
W8, WKY.
KD8, CSH. Good morning, Stephan. Morning, everybody. Oh, having a good day. Had some pretty heavy rains here just a little bit ago, but it's slacked off now, so I guess we're going to have rains all the rest of the day. I just hope everything's peaceful downtown Akron today. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. Hope you have a great day. This is KD8, ZSH clear, and back to net. 73s, everybody.
KD8, ZSH, W8, WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Randy. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's always good to hear you. You and the pups. The pups sitting on your lap. There you go. There you go. That's always a good time. You know, it's a good time when it's raining outside and you got some animals to keep you warm. Very cool. I grew up in Old Brooklyn, right near the zoo, so we had lots of animals to keep us warm. Just from the zoo radiates heat, so it's very cool. All right, we're going to move over to KB8, LJ, W8, WKY. Charles, one of my Nor's lunch buddies. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today, Charles. KB8, LJ, in case you're there. Charles, you're up, my friend.
Well, W8WKY from KV8LJ. Once again, dealing with the incredibly erratic personality of my unfaithful electronic wife here, DV bitch, who you never know when she's going to act up for sure. But the one thing you do know is that she's the ultimate electronic touch-me-not. All you got to do is sneeze in the general vicinity of where she is, and she decides to key up when you don't want her to key up, or to just outright disconnect in the middle of nothing. And of course, the connect time to get her to reconnect is sometimes as much as 10 seconds or more. So she's kind of annoying. You do have this nice shade of Ohio gray here, and I'm hoping to see some sunnier, happier weather, but maybe it won't happen. So I'll be working on some indoor stuff, recharge the batteries on the lawnmower against the time when I need them, which is going to be soon, I'm sure. And have some training material that I need to go through, and a lot of routine stuff. So with that, I'll kick it back to you, Stephan. W8WKY from KB8LJ.
KB8LJ, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for joining us. Yeah, I have a clear node. Nick told me about the clear node and for Allstar and many other digital modes, and I've had no problem. I bought it many years ago when I was still working at the college. I'm going to say 2022. Probably had it 3 years or so, and I just love it. Clear node, that's the way to go. I looked at building my own, which some people have, but there's just too much happening with when you build it yourself, and you want to make sure that you have a good form of communication when you're anywhere. So, but I totally understand, and I still love building stuff. I don't have a problem with that. I just, when I want something that's solid all the time, I'm gonna try building it myself, and then I'm eventually gonna go to something that's already in a box. So K8TLB W8WKY. Randy, I didn't get your text message. I'll respond to that in a minute, but you're up, my friend Randy. It was great to hear from you and Ray last night.
Hey, good morning. Kilo Echo Lima Bravo, KE8TLB, Randy in his shack this morning. Yeah, it was good talking to you too, Stephan. Tried to get things helped out here. But, yeah, the pizza was good last night, and, man, it was really, really good to hear, the Wiz in there this morning. That made my day right there. So, good hearing you again there, Wiz. Hope you have a beautiful day if you're still listening. So, yeah, Stephan is going to hang out here today and probably do a little bit of painting. Always painting something. So, but yeah, it's going to be a crappy day. So, we're going to do some stuff in here in the garage. So, all right, Stephan, I appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a great day. This is Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB 73, and God bless everyone. Have a great day.
KE8TLB W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Randy. Thank you so much for joining us. And by the way, I saw your question. Jump on the net logger and get on the AIM window, and I'll respond to you that way so I can see exactly what number you're looking for. If you were looking for the frequency, or what were you looking for? Or the frequency or the PL, just jump on the net logger, get on the AIM window, and then we'll respond back and forth that way while I'm running the net. So, very good to hear you, my friend. And tell Ray we said good morning. N9TN W8WKY JJ, in case you're still there, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. N9TN, and then we'll move on if you're not here, my friend. All right. Well, not heard. We'll just move down the list a little bit. KC8FQB W8WQA. Mark, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
All right. KCFQB morning, Stephan, and everyone else. Yeah, I went and looked at the temperature. It was 73. That was what it dropped inside to. Outside is 63. Yeah, it's been raining. I heard a little earlier, coming down a little bit and then let up. So I guess it's just whatever it wants to do. Rain a little bit, let up. Well, I figured that because yesterday afternoon my mom said, water them tomato plants and that. So I went and did that yesterday afternoon. Well, then, guess what? It started raining. So I guess that's power for the course. But, hey, that's fine. Is that what you got to do? That's like they talk about, go wash the car and they'll guarantee it'll rain. I didn't do that. But I do see it does need to, the white car does have little black specks on it, especially on the front a little bit from whatever little bugs or that. So sometime I'll have to wash that and get all that off again. But yeah, black car, you don't see any of them. Well, it was a black car, but it was like a blue when the sun was hit, like a real dark blue. And probably was a midnight blue, but now this one's a white one. But everything else is going. Yeah, next weekend, I got to see what the calendar is. Because I know the end of the month, field day, 28th and 29th, yeah, I'm going to run to Pennsylvania to Kennywood. But I'll come back and maybe I'll stop at field day at one of the sites. So, yeah, I think all the clubs this month, their programs are all on field day. And so, other than that, well, good job you're doing, Stephan. Yep, you don't got to go to the college anymore. Well, that where I went to college at was at Tri-C. I went to all 3 campuses. So let's send it back to net control. Well, I do like this little magnifier. I got a little camera. Can't believe how small they can make a camera. You know, this is a pair of tweezers. I got 2 of them. I got one of the tweezers, and I got another one that you can, you know, earwax remover. You know, you can put things on and look at different things. So we'll send it back to the net, KCFQV.
KCNFQV, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah, I actually went to all 7 of them. All 7 campuses. But I started out at the West Campus back in 1989, and then through the IT thing, I was at had to go periodically to the East Campus, to the Metro Campus. Then they built the West Shore Campus. Those are the 4 main ones. Then they have Corporate College East, Corporate College West, and Brunswick. So I've been at all 7, and I believe, as of recently, they disbanded the Corporate College West, if I'm not mistaken, because they moved everything over to West Shore. But I'll have to verify that with some IT buddies. And I see them periodically. We just, a bunch of us in my department, and we also have the Jerry Sue Thornton building down on 22nd Street. So a bunch of my buddies from Tri-C, we went to the Parma Rockin' Ribs this last weekend, and had some good ribs and walked around and talked. So some of the IT friends that I had. And the day before that, some other IT buddies and networking I met with. So yeah, I've been keeping in touch with the IT guys. But yeah, great place to work. If you get a chance, look on the website. A lot of jobs all the time in all departments, not just IT. All right, let me break for time. This is November 8, Whiskey Bravo. My name is Stephan, Sierra Tango Echo, Papa Hotel Echo November, and this is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association 2-meter Barometer Net. We are in the second half, so to speak. We got about more to go for the net before we call out for WACTM, and we got sea carry. We had a live QSO, which is hard, an eyeball QSO as they call it, on POTA Day last Saturday, which was really good to see Carrie. So if you're listening, Carrie, and I'll get back with you in a little bit to close this out, but it was great seeing you, my friend. So we did get to hang out with him down there at Portage Lakes, where he's from, where he's at. So there you go. If you'd like to check in this morning with the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net, please give me your call sign phonetically, then followed by alphanumerically. So phonetically, alphanumerically helps me log in a little bit. And then also let me know if you are mobile or short time. Give me your name as well. So that way I can get you on the log correctly. So, mobile, short time, or just hanging out on the net. And also your name. Give me a call. And thank you to all of our listeners. Check-ins, please, for the W8WKY net.
November 8th, Whiskey Sugar, Bill in New London.
Good morning, N8XPK Portable. November 8th, Mike Kilo Radio, N8MKR Mobile.
November 8th, Zulu X-Ray Bravo, John, N8ZXB.
Kilo Delta 8, Uniform X-Ray Kilo, Tony Canton, good morning, in and out.
K8PMI, that's Kilo 8 Papa Mike India. Phil, I'm pretty busy this morning, so 73 everybody. I'm going to be in and out, Stephan, doing a great job. We'll catch you on down the log. K8PMI.
November 8, Bravo Alpha Yankee, N8BAY, Ralph in Stowe.
Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Whiskey X-Ray, in and out.
Echo 8, Echo Hotel Golf, KE8, EHG, Mike Navarre Mobile.
Kilo 8, Papa Juliet Whiskey, K8, PJW, Philip in Twinsburg.
Alpha 8, Whiskey India, Bernie in Portsmouth, Ohio, short time.
Kilo Echo 8, Charlie Hotel Papa. Kilo Echo 8, Charlie Hotel Papa, Mike in Jackson Township.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, got a nice group of people to fill out the second half of our net. So very, very cool. I'll read them off to you, and then we'll go from there. N8WS, N8XPK, N8MKR, N8ZXB, KD8VXK, or UXK. Was that Tony? Was that a UXK or a VXK? My apologies.
That's Kilo Delta 8, Uniform X-Ray Kilo.
All right, thank you, Tony. KD8UXK, we'll get back to you shortly. K8PMI, Phil, my other Saturday morning Barometer Net buddy. Appreciate you checking in this morning, Phil. Great to have you here. N8BAY, K8OWX, in and out. Thank you for the in and out there. K8EHG, Mike, mobile. We'll get back to you in just a little bit. K8PJW, Philip. Alpha 8, Whiskey India, Bernie, we got you there short time. K8JHP, Mike, and let's start with AA8, WI, Bernie, short time. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
Well, good morning. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's first time checking in on the net. I'm not really familiar with it, so it's been on Allstar quite a bit recently. I got to have the M1KE, so it gave me that capability, which I really hadn't had before, except for possibly EchoLink. But no, I just heard your net going on this morning, and I wanted to add to the numbers. And hope everybody's having a great day or has a great day. And that's about all I have. I'll continue to be listening, but yeah, I'm at work, so I can't really hang around. So 73 AA8. WI.
Alpha 8, Whiskey India. We do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Actually, we got a couple Alpha 8s here. We got Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra, who's the president of Sierra Net, Gary Shorter, and we got Alpha 8, Charlie Tango. So this is the third Alpha 8 on our nets that I've had. So great to have you here, my friend. Good to hear you this morning. All right, we're going to move over to K8EHG, Mike, down there in Navarre, who is mobile. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Good morning, Stephan. Good morning, everyone. It is overcast, 65 degrees down here, and it's wet and rainy. So I guess wait 5 minutes, it may change. Who knows? I heard my buddy in there, Tony, and also there's a gentleman from Portsmouth. We trained a bunch of Rangers one time down there on ATVs down in Portsmouth. Had a great time. Good bunch of guys. It's always fun to train somebody that's a group and they all know each other and they're picking on one guy and a lot of camaraderie. Last week we had the West Arc Information Net. We had a few operators jump in there and try it out, and looks like we're going to have a few more operators. And everyone have fun. That's what it's all about. 7-3s, everyone, stay safe. KEHG, back to net.
KEHG, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Mike, thank you so much. Travel safely, my friend. Please travel safely. And we hope to hear you sometime soon. Yeah, I'd love to find out more about that net you were just talking about, so wouldn't mind listening to that sometime. And I just watched Mike Rowe's new series. If anybody has Prime, it's called, the old one used to be Dirty Jobs. The new one is called Someone's Gotta Do It. It follows suit kind of like Dirty Jobs, but he does one person per episode. It's a half-hour show. And the one that he just did, I don't remember, I think it's episode 11 or 12. He did a gentleman that does survival training in the desert, and a great, interesting story that the guy that told about his sister passing away. And he couldn't make it to her funeral. He was a little bit younger at the time. And he took a pocket knife and a water filter, and hit the desert, and then had a plan to go from this point to this point, which was like more than 100 miles away, and said, I didn't think I was going to do it, but I figured if I didn't, I'd be with my sister, and he said, and I made it. But he had already had some training, so he had kept doing it and put together the information that Mike Rowe showed on the show. Also, he does these things for people if they want to go through the desert training program. So, and one of the things that he said, which was really, really interesting, was watering hole to watering hole was 37 miles from any one watering hole. So there you go, man. If you're going to drink, put it in a bag like he has on his backpack. He carries water, fills it up, and keeps walking. So anyways, good to hear you, my friend. And we'll hear you sometime soon. I'm sure we will. KE8EHG. All right, we're going to move up to Bill. NAWS, W8WKY, Bill and Judy. It's great to have you here, my friend, this morning, and you are up.
N8WB, this is N8WS. Good morning, Stephan. Good morning, all in net. Yeah, it's been rainy all night long, off and on. Same way in the morning. I think it's still raining. It looks like it is. Very lightly, though. Air quality index this morning's at 55. That's in the moderate range. My sunrise 5:54. My sunset 9:05. Length of day 15 hours 10 minutes. Currently, the temperature here is 66 degrees, humidity 96%, winds east at 3 miles an hour, barometer 2999, 2.65 degrees, visibility 2.5 miles. Prediction, showers with thunderstorms possible after 11 a.m., high near 71, northeast wind 3 to 7 miles an hour, chance of precipitation is 80%. As much as a quarter inch will fall. Yeah, it's a light, slow-moving system. Light rain, but it's slow. Solar flux indices at 143, sunspot number 149. A is 66. K is 3. Excuse me. Geomagnetic field is unsettled. East get predicted on 2, 4, and 6 meters in Europe. Yeah, that's unusual. Tropo could be between a 0 and a 2, depending on where you live in Ohio. Spaceweather.com. Geomagnetic storm continues. Something hit Earth on June 13th. NOAA thinks it was a CME. We lean toward a CIR. Whatever it was, it sparked a long-lasting geomagnetic storm still happening 24 hours later. Two skywatchers may be able to photograph auroras despite tonight's bright moon. Well, if it's raining, you're not going to see it. If it clears out, there's a possibility you might see it. Currently, there's 8 sunspot groups on the sun. That's about it for me. Bands this morning are terrible. Anyway, back to you, Stephan. Everybody have a great weekend. N8WP in the group, 7-3, everyone. N8WS.
N8WS, W8WKY. It's great to hear you, Bill. Tell Judy we said hello, and it was great seeing you at the Norris Luncheon, first Tuesday of this month, which was last Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Not this last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, I should say. So yeah, we've already gone 2 Tuesdays in the month of June there. But good to hear you. Good to see you this week, and Judy as well. So anyways, go N8XBK W8WKY. It's always great having Marty here. Man, it's like a gold mine when you check in, my friend. Also wanted to let you know that Randy let me use his. I have it. I haven't used it, but I do have my climbing rig. So I'd love to learn, even just learn how to climb towers and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. But I do have that. Love to have you look at it sometime. Make sure that's in good condition and stuff like that. But you're up, my friend. Forget about that. You don't need to think about towers today. N8XBK W8WQI. You're up, Marty. It's great to have you here this morning. One more time out there, New Franklin, N8XBK, if you're there. Otherwise, I'll hit you as not heard, and I'll come back a little bit, see if you're there. All right, nothing heard. I didn't hear him say he was in and out, but we will mark him down as not heard right now, and we'll move over to N8MKR W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Well, thank you. Good morning to you and all the net. It's an interesting day out here today. Still a good day. That's all I have. Stay safe today. Stay out of the crazy areas. I think this is a great day for today. 7-3 N8MKR mobile in Brunswick.
N8MKR W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got my mother living out in Brunswick and my uncle. So, very, very nice. And then amongst several other friends that live out there, too. Good city, good city. L8ZXB W8WKY. Another John. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today, John.
Well, good morning, everybody on the net. Liquid sunshine out there. We're not getting as much as northern East Ohio. Down here in Stark County, I think most of that is trending more along the Gulf, the Edgewater up there. And other than that, looking forward to a relaxing Saturday, and going to go watch a grandson play soccer here in a little bit. Everybody have a great day and drive safe out there. November 8th, Zulu X-Ray Bravo.
N8ZXB, we do appreciate you being here, John. Thank you so much. Yeah, it should be a good day for the softball game. So very, very cool. And be safe out there. Always good to be safe. A lot of stuff, a lot of things happening around our world today. Just keep your eyes open, your mind open, and always keep your prayers open, too. 88UXK W8WKY. Tony, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. UXK. Tony, if you're there, you're up, my friend.
K8UXK, sorry about that. A little delay there. Just wanted to jump in there and say good morning to everybody, and happy Father's Day is coming up to all the fathers out there. Not doing too much today. Got a graduation party to go to up on the other side of Ravenna for a nephew, and seeing a little bit of family up there. So with that, we'll turn it back to you, and then that K8UXK 73, everybody.
K8UXK W8WKY. Yeah, I went out to my, it's good to hear. I went out to my nephew's, my 5-year-old nephew's safety time graduation in Streetsboro, and while I was out that way, I swung out to West Branch because I needed to get some camping information from them. And I couldn't find the marina. I know I'd been to the marina. My friend used to boat there, but for whatever reason, they have the marina sign that says dead ahead, but when you go dead ahead, there's no marina. I saw the dock. I saw the ramps to get in and out, but I didn't see the marina. So somehow I must have blinked. But anyways, I was down that way. So it was good, a good time to be down there. So anyways, KPMI, he was in and out. He's a fellow Barometer Net checker reader guy like me, net control. So it's good to have Phil on this morning. Do appreciate that. And we're going to swing down to N8BAY W8WKY. Ralph, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
W8WKY, this is N8BAY. Good morning, Stephan and everyone on the net. Doing too much today. I just listening and wanted to stop in and say hello and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, a day early. But hope everyone has a great day. Stay dry. NABAY, back to net control.
W8WKY.
NHBAY, we do appreciate you, Ralph, being here. Thank you so much for checking in with us. Made the net a little bit fuller in the second half, so thank you for that. K8OWX was in and out. We want to say thank you to Tom and appreciate the check-in there. K8EHG, as everyone knows, was Mike, and we heard from him just a little bit ago. And now we're going to move over to Mr. Trivia, one of our good people here that a couple of check-ins, some do jokes, some do trivia, and this is the trivia guy, K8PJW, W8WKY. Philip, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
NAWB, K8PJW. Good morning, Stephan. Good morning to the Barometer Netizens out there. Happy rainy Saturday morning for everyone. Let's see, it's 63 degrees here right now, headed up to 72, 78 tomorrow. So it's raining right now in Twinsburg. We're anticipating another quarter inch on top of our half an inch that we got so far. And this afternoon is supposed to be just cloudy and no more rain, so we'll see about that. Barometer's hanging in there at 30 inches, and the gas conspiracy continues here at 319. We just can't get off of that number for some reason. Anyway, we got our camper van back again, and supposedly the roof doesn't leak and the air conditioner works. So we'll have to try that out a few more times to confirm that. But hopefully all that is true, and we can put everything back in and get ready for some summer travels. Went out Thursday to do some strawberry picking. It was actually pretty good. We went out to the Monroe farm out there in Hiram. They were a bit on the small side, but they were still good. And as another fellow operator mentioned, that today is Flag Day, and I'll have more to come on that. And then Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So with that, I'll take a little break for time here. Okay, this is also the 250th birthday of the Army. In 1775, the U.S. Army was first formed as the Continental Army to fight the American Revolutionary War. In 1777, the U.S. Congress adopts the Stars and Stripes flag. I'll have more on that in a moment. 1822, Charles Babbage proposed a difference engine in a paper entitled Note on Application of Machinery to the Computation of Astronomical and Mathematical Tables. This became the forerunner of the modern computer and making him the father of the modern computer. 1847, Robert Bunsen invents the Bunsen burner. And in 1951, the UNIVAC 1 first commercial computer enters service at the Census Bureau. And I'll take a break for time here. Okay, as I mentioned, in 1777, the U.S. Continental Congress adopts the Stars and Stripes flag designed by Francis Hopkinson, replacing the Grand Union flag. The flag resolution stated that the flag of the 13 United States and the 13 stripes, alternate red and white, and the Union with 13 stars, white on a blue field, represent a new constellation. In 1877, Flag Day was first celebrated on the flag's 100th birthday. 1916, Woodrow Wilson issued a presidential proclamation that designated June 14th as Flag Day. And on August 3rd, 1949, National Flag Day was officially established as an act of Congress. And remember, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And that's the way it was. This is K8PJW. Back to the net.
KPJW, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. And man, the information you share is always so cool, man. So it's very, very, very cool. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring with one of them because I'm really, really They have really, really blessed me to watch them and do a lot of their stuff, but I'll just throw one out there. The 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, also known as the Old Guard, is the U.S. Army's oldest active duty infantry unit, and since 1784. Everybody knows they're responsible for ceremonies, protecting the president, and also for the most famous thing that they do is their 24-hour vigil for the unknown soldier. And I got to go down to the Arlington Cemetery and watch the changing of the guard, and I've watched it online too, and that is just that's so very, very, very cool. I mean, when I say cool, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying I just could never do that. I mean, that takes a lot. You have to be a special soldier to do that. And Senator Tom Cotton was able to serve for that for a short period as one of the guards. Yeah, very, very cool. And he actually wrote a book about it, I believe, which is neat. So thanks for sharing, Philip, and we do appreciate all you do when you're on the net. AAWI was Bernie. Bernie, we thank you for being here. He talked a little bit ago. So last on my list, K8. JHP, KE8, JHP. And I thought you said Mike. Was that your name, Mike? Or I saw a different name on the logger. But just give me what your name is, and you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. KE8, JHP.
Yeah, this is Kilo Echo 8, Charlie Hotel Papa, K8, CHP. My name is Mike. NAWB, this is K8, CHP. Good morning, Stephan. Good morning, everyone on the net. Yeah, I was listening to the net a little bit, so yeah, it's good to hear a lot of people are into gardening and berry picking and that sort of thing. So, yeah, my parents have always been into gardening, so, yeah, not too much going on. I think it's going to be a quiet day, probably just, like, good day to watch movies and read and that sort of thing, because it's probably not going to be all that great outside, but, yeah. Yeah, not too much going on, I guess, but I'll start back to that, and I guess you guys can, take another round of check-ins or close it out. So, yeah, it's good to hear from everyone. This is K8CHP. I'll be back to that. 73, everyone.
K8CHP, I heard it wrong, so I know who you are, Mike. I heard JHP, so that's why I was a little bit confused. I was taking the Browns. The check-ins were coming fast and furious, and I didn't even realize it was you, Mike. But it's great to hear you, my friend. So very, very, very cool. All right, I am at the bottom of my list, and I'm going to just reach out one last time because it's over the hour. It's 8:06, and I need to do some stuff this morning before the day gets on, and then we'll send it over to Carrie. But if you're listening to this, is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio 2-meter Barometer Net, and we're going to take this is the very, 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 very last check-ins. They're not doing any more after this. So if you're shy or brand new to radio and you want to push the talk button, we're here for you. Otherwise, I'm going to send it over to W8CTM right after this short round of check-ins, and then he's going to close us out for the day. And then you'll hear his happy voice, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise on Monday morning. So if you'd like to check in, last round of check-ins, please call W8WQI using your call sign phonetically and immediately followed by alphanumerically. Phonetically, alphanumerically, and throw us your name, so we know who you are. If you're mobile or short time, also let us know that. Otherwise, if there's no check-ins, we're going to send it over to Gary. W8CTM in just a little bit. Check-ins, please. If you're here, give me a call.
Kilo Charlie 1, Victor Quebec Sierra, KC1 VQS, Paul in Maine, and I will be in and out this morning. 73 to everyone. Back to you.
Comment/recheck.
Oh, yeah. Don't know if I made it in or not. It's kind of hard on a node here. November Uniform 5 Delta NU5D. Steve in Gatesville, Texas, where it's 71 degrees and the skies are not cloudy and all that kind of stuff. Over.
W8WK.
AB8MO, Auntie in Newberry.
All right, let me pick it up there. I had KC1 VQS. Good to hear you, Paul, out there in Maine. Thinking about you the other day when we were talking and watching more of the Mike Knowles show, the lobster guy that's out there that does the YouTube channel. Very, very interesting. I heard a recheck, but I didn't hear a call sign, so I have no way to even know who that is. I'll call that back in just 1 second. NU5D, Steve, I heard you there in Texas. We'll get back to you shortly. And AV8MO, Andy, got you there. Let me reach out and find out. Next time anybody's doing a recheck, please give me your call sign, because I don't know who you are if you don't give me a call sign and you say recheck. So whoever the recheck was, give me your call sign, and you have the floor.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 6, Papa Oscar Echo, Christian in Bath, and you got my call sign wrong at the beginning of the net, and so I wanted to correct that. And that's my only comment, and I hope everyone has a great day.
All right, I must have said it wrong. I apologize, but I do got you correct on the log because it pulled you up from QRZ, and it did say Christian. So KF6 POE, KF6 POE, and I did have you right on the log. My tongue must have twisted, and I did not have it correct there. So I do appreciate it, Christian. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And we're going to move over to NU5D. NU5D, Steve, down there in Texas. You're up, my friend. Great to have you here today.
Well, I apologize for it being so long since I have checked in, but, well, get into this net, you'll leave smarter with sunspot activity and what happened on this date and so on and so forth. A lot going on, a lot of good information out there. Well, so far, I have replaced a BGA 153 chip, memory chip, out of a little computer that was bad. That's a chip that's about size of a sugar cube in footprint and has 153 pads on the bottom, replaced by hot air. Got that done, and actually it worked, and I'm loading Debian 12 up on one of these little Wisdale point-of-sale computers. And a friend of mine had a QYT brand, KT8900, a little baby-sized radio, and power supply fried it. Well, it didn't fry it. It shorted the protection diode, and got lucky, clipped that, and put a 1N4007 back in, and it's playing. So I'm 2 for 2 and about ready for my second cup of Caribou coffee. Good net. Thank you, Steve. All the best to the net. NU5D.
NU5D, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here this morning, Steve. Yeah, in the AIM window, I think you saw I texted in there. I used to love Caribou coffee when they were in the Borders bookstores. And I haven't had Caribou in a long time, but apparently you can still get it. So that's good to hear. I'll have to look it up at some point. All right, moving over to Andy, AB8MO, W8WKY. Also, my personal call is November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Andy, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
All right, NAWB from AV8MO. Wet up here. I imagine it's wet everywhere. Working a little FT8, and 20 meters is starting to open. When I got on here about an hour ago, 20 meters was pretty almost dead, which is really strange for 20 meter because lately it's open most all the time. But the signals are picking up there. So my cat says hello, by the way. You saying hello to Stephan? Just wanted to say hi to you since I was actually awake. I think I'm going to go back to bed. Looks like a good day to take a nap. Back she comes. NAWB, this is AB8MO.
AB8MO, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Andy. Yeah, good to hear the cat there. Yeah, I spent some time out your way June 1st. June 1st down there in Geauga County in Burton, as a matter of fact, right where you're at. and Ken and Ruthie's granddaughter, Hannah Hutchinson. Their daughter, Rachel, and Chet Hutchinson's daughter graduated from Burton High, or actually, the school there. It's not Burton High, and the new building. So they were distinct. She was the first one from their family to graduate from the new building since they sold the old high school to the movie production place there. And I got to go down there and visit them, doing movies and things like that. Knowing several people, I'd like to go down there and give them a call ahead of time and see their location. Because I was in there back when it was the high school, helping out with some events when Rachel and Joe were their Ken and Ruthie's daughter and son were going to school there. I was in the building, but I've never seen it since the movie. I don't even know if they allow you in or give you tours, but that would be kind of cool now that movie production. I did read up about them though in the old Berkshire High School building because they apparently they've shot some big movie scenes in there. So they've already shot some international movie scenes in that building. So they're right there in Burton, Ohio, Geauga County. We have a movie production facility in the old Berkshire High School. So great to hear you, Andy. Thank you so much for being here this morning. All right, well, this person needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyways. It was great seeing him at POTA 2 weeks ago. And is it last weekend? I don't know. Last weekend. The weeks are just going so fast. And boy, that POTA was freezing everywhere in Ohio. But anyways, your friend, my friend, our friend, and sadly, the person we don't necessarily want to see at the end of net because it means we're going to be done shortly, and that is W8CTM, W8WKY. Carrie, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. W8CTM, W8WKY. Carrie, if you're there. Well, like Jim says, that ain't good. Carrie, I'll give you one more shot. I'll just close this out, and I do appreciate you being here. If you are, Carrie, if you can't get in, just give me a call. W8CTM. All right, for whatever reason, I cannot hear Carrie, so we got him as a not heard. We'll get there one of these days. Someone will find out how he's doing. I want to say thanks to everyone who participated in today's net. Don't forget that there's always breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. While you'd want to do that, other than eat, which you can do at your house and listen to the net. So there you have it, man. Either go out to eat and don't listen to the net, or stay at home, eat, and do the net while you're eating. Drinking Caribou coffee. It's not a commercial, but it's a good coffee. I remember drinking it. All right. I want to say thank you to every single person who checked into the net this morning. We do appreciate every single one of you that make the W8WKY, Sarah, Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, Barometer Net, and the other nets that we do here full and wonderful in amateur radio. We do thank you all. And at this time, I want to say thank you to all of our listeners as well. And if you're interested in getting your license, we just had a VE session. Our next one coming up will be at our new facility, by the way, and that's going to be posted shortly in our website because that's going to be at the fire department in Rittman. So that's going to be actually go on this weekend, I think. So people see it for our next session. So that'll be coming up on the first Saturday of August if you're looking to get your license. All right, I love amateur radio. I love this club. I love everything to do with communication, especially in times of emergency. And I love all of you who are listening and who've joined us on the net. And we do appreciate you all. This time we will close the net. We're going to close this thing, sadly. And we're going to close it with 36 check-ins. 36 check-ins. Not a bad net this morning. And so everyone have a great day. Be safe. It's rainy out there. But, hey, you know what? We've lived through the rain before. We've lived through the snow. We've lived through a lot of stuff. And Lord willing, we'll live another day. So everyone have a good day. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. November 8 Whiskey Bravo and Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee are both clear. 73, my friends, and we will see you down the log. And don't forget, Nick said it earlier, KD8 SOG, 14 sleeps until field day. Everyone have a great day. 73.
Yeah, don't sound like there was any stragglers. KCFQV.
Is the net still ongoing? This is 9 Whiskey 2 Romeo Tango X-ray.
W2RTX, this is KD8SLG. The net closed a couple minutes ago.
Oh, QSL. So, too bad. I guess I was too late. I saw you on YouTube. Noise 73. This is 9 Whiskey 2 Romeo Tango X-ray.
Yeah, a friend of ours likes to play with his FlexRadio, and he streams a couple of our nets when we do them in real time. It's pretty cool. I tell people if they'd like to hear what they sound like on the radio, they should listen in. And yeah, especially for EchoLink and Allstar users, things like that. So good. Well, they're here Monday through Saturday at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. Local time. And the Beacon Net on Wednesday and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock local time. Early check-in start at 9:30. Come back and join us. KD8SLG.
KD8SLG AI5Q. Is the net really closed if TGM wasn't there?
No, net closed because Stephan called for the last call and nobody came back.
I know that. I was trying to be silly, but apparently the funny is not with Nick yet this morning. That's okay. I'll keep my ill jokes to myself.
Yeah, I haven't quite kicked that kicked that module into gear yet this morning. I'm sort of running around getting some stuff done, being all serious. Yeah, that's all I got this morning, Jared. Good to hear you as always, my friend. AI5QKDSLG.
Likewise, Nick, it's always a treat. And you got any suggestions for the RCWA Club for field day? I'll pass them along during the meeting today if you do.
Honestly, as far as I can figure, the only way to win the contest that is not a contest is to line up a room full of computers running FT8 all over the place.
Which I don't get, because FT8 doesn't allow, like, customized messaging and stuff like that, which you would need in an emergency. Like in an emergency situation, which is what this is supposed to be practiced for, to get you out and systems down, set up your own antenna and go from there. Like, who's going to be doing FT8 as an emergency communication method with, Roger, got your signal, thank you, 73, next. Who's going to be doing that during an emergency situation to get information out? I think that mode should be disqualified from field day point systems. But could just be me.
In the spirit of field day, we always have one or two of them set up and move them around from band to band and sort of have a demo for it for people who've never seen it before, and for those people who like to watch people watch paint dry. And I like it because I like to bring up the map and see where my antenna is hearing and basically use it like that. I haven't plugged it in a while. Probably plug it in and find I've got some error and it doesn't work anymore. But yeah, I feel you there for field day. I don't think it should be a primary source. And you know, the fact that gets the same points as CW, which I think is a higher skill level and much more appropriate for field day. Not that I could do it.
Yeah, I hear you on that. CW's and, well, FT8's another language too. If you listen to it, it sounds like aliens doing stuff that you shouldn't talk about on the radio, if you ask me. But, yeah, I think FT8 should be worth like a 20th of a point per contact because it's so automated. And CW should be worth like 5. Well, maybe at least a full point, if not 2. But yeah, whatever. It's all in good fun until somebody gets, butthurt that they didn't win.
W8WKY.
I know Josh, sometime last year in the wee hours of the morning, like the 3 or 4. People were getting a little dodgy. He set up FT8 and it was pretty much just sitting there nodding, hitting the button every once in a while, but still making contacts.
AI5Q returning. Yeah, that is one of the only modes you can do that in, half asleep. You couldn't do that on RIDI because you might only get 2 or 3 letters before you start to type in gibberish if you're half asleep. But I think RIDI should count full points or whatever, because even though you're using a computer and a keyboard, if the EMP didn't knock out your radio and your computer. It's a valid way to communicate data back and forth. I just don't know that FT8 communicates data. It communicates receipt of signals. I guess that is a little bit of data, but whatever.
Oh, well, to each their own, the hobby of 1,000 hobbies. All right, man, I got to jump in the shower. I've got people to do, places to go, things to see, stuff like that today. I know RCWA is having a field day meeting today, and yeah, like you said, I that's my suggestion. See how Jeff feels about that. The Jeff. All right, man. I'll be doing a bunch of field day stuff today too. We've got to go collect some stuff, and we're working on the antenna today, and a few other things. So, all right, man. I'm gonna get going. It's fun talking. I'm talking to you on a regular. I'm talking to you through RF today. Don't get to do that all that often, man. That's pretty cool. Going through the repeater node. AI5Q, KD8SLG. You have a glorious day there, Jairus, and I'll be clear on yours.
All right, Nick. Well, I guess I'll just keep talking until I time out the repeater, key it up, and just keep going. You're not allowed to be clear. And I keep you captive for hours upon hours on end. Full well knowing that you wouldn't just walk away after about 20 seconds. AI5Q 73.
I'm sorry I missed that. I was walking away. Oh, love you, man. Give my best to everybody out there. If you're out there and seeing anybody. It's KD8SLG. Truly clear this time.
I might have said AI5Q, and I meant to say AI8Q, or maybe I didn't get through. Who knows?
Well, this is AI5Q. I didn't hear you the first time. Cannot remember your name, but it's NU5D. Is that correct?
November Uniform 5 Delta. Like a nickel under $5. My name is Steve. I'm in Gatesville, Texas, and I may not have made it through the first time. Anyhow, I was just saying this looked like a good way to reach out, say howdy, and who knows, might even make a friend here. So, was it Alpha India 5 Quebec? I don't want to get your call wrong, over.
Yeah, QSL, you got it right. It's Alpha India 5 Quebec, AI5Q. The name here is Jairus, Juliet Echo Romeo Uniform Sierra. Jairus is like Jesus with an R is what I used to tell people, but then people started getting upset that I would use the word Jesus in describing my name, not saying I'm him. Just try to live like him as best I can some days. Other days I fall off the wagon pretty hard, so there you go. Good to hear you, Steve. I've heard you a few times on the Barometer, on the Barometer Net, yeah, but on the Beacon Net, I've heard you late nights on Sundays and Wednesdays on occasion as well over there. But I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm just hooked up to the WAWKY repeater for the morning net, and I'll be over here for about another hour before the automatic connection moves me over to RCWA.
Well, it's good to make your acquaintance, Jairus. down this part of the world, we have a lot of Jesus, a lot of Hispanic people, and Jesus is a very common name. I think, I may be way getting out of my league here, but I think Jesus and Yeshua from the Hebrew probably are derivatives of the same name, but I may be totally wrong on that. But yeah, it's good to make your acquaintance. Yeah, I've got, I play around a little bit with the Allstar Nodes and put together a few repeaters down here. I'm trying to remember that guy at W5VJ, Dan Davenport, was a longtime friend. Used to get on 75 meters quite often, and there were several folks from different parts of Oklahoma that got on 38 and 19 in the mornings, and also 1990 on the 160-meter band. And most of them are dead now. They drop in like flies. Over.
Yeah, I get that. I've lost a few ham friends in the short period of time that I've been a ham, and some of them weren't all that old, but I'm relatively young to be a ham. I'm only 41. Got my wife licensed after I got my daughter licensed, and we peer pressured her into getting it. My daughter got licensed when she was 8, and she's 13 now. She doesn't hardly get on the radio, but she's got the license and the knowledge and the know-how to do it. She's run a bunch of nets and talked to people all over the world and participated in field day with us and made a lot of friends on ham radio that she still asks how they're doing and talks to them when she gets the motivation to get up and push the PTT. But a lot of times I'm like, hey, you want to say hi on the radio? She's like, no, thanks. Okay, she can be a moody teenage girl if she wants. I'd rather her be that than in trouble and doing things that she shouldn't. So that's kind of the quick and dirty of me. And I got licensed right before the COVID shutdowns hit, like in February of 2020. I did one of the last testing sessions they offered for about 6 or 8 months around here. So got in just under the wire.
Oh, real fine. I didn't know if I'm looking at your QRZ page, and there's Noelle, just as cute as a bug. So if she is within earshot, I will say hello. We have 2 sons, 42 and 44. Youngest helps me. We've got a little ranch out here. Well, not that, it's little. That's a good way to put it. A few cows, and I'd always wanted some farmland, and in my business, two-way radio stuff, and anyhow, this was a tower site, and when I sold the business, I kept the land and decided to build a house out here, and it was 5 acres to begin with, and over the years, we built it out to about 120 now, and raised a few cows, hay, and that kind of stuff. Been a ham, since 1978, something like that. I was originally KA5AMI, so I see you're a ME. Our oldest is a E, teaches down at A&M. But myself, I'm just a technician. I fix broke radios most of my life. Over.
AI5Q returning, talking with NU5D. Yeah, I get it. Although being a technician that can fix broke radios, you got a leg up on most of the population nowadays. There's not a lot of people that pull that off anymore, especially with all this surface mount stuff and solid state hardware and software defined radios with a bunch of control chips and all that stuff on them. You can screw them up pretty good with a little bit too much stray RF power in the jack, feeding back in on an adjacent antenna line and blow out the finals, and then you gotta figure out how in the world am I supposed to fix all these surface mount components that blew up, and yeah, It's a never-ending battle if you screw something up to try and get it fixed without going back to the manufacturer, and even they are like, no, you need to just buy a new radio. Okay. I quit blowing stuff up a long time ago. I learned my lesson early on. Do have the occasional issue, but it's usually solved with software reprogramming, things of that nature. But I've built a lot of Allstar nodes for people. Nick, KDA SLG, has got one of my nodes that I built. So does Dustin, KDA ETC up there, and a bunch of people around the Tulsa area. A couple in Virginia, some in Florida. There for a while I was just building nodes and selling them at cost because I enjoyed doing it.
Well, you will appreciate what I did this morning. I bought 32 Wisedell 3040s, $9 a pop, no power supply, 8 gig, and about a third of them, the eMMC memory is bad, and you can get a 32 gig eMMC chip for, I think, about $7 out of China. I paid a little more than that on the first batch, but anyhow, and a buddy of mine bought some from the same guy, Bliss, B-L-I-S-S Electronics. And anyhow, I'm changing out BGA 153's hot air work. I never dreamed I would be doing that 2 years ago, but actually it's not that bad. I've actually reballed some, and so they survived. I had a lot of infantile failures. I blew up some chips, but through that I learned how to successfully change them and the little nuances of doing that. So, and I don't have lab-grade stuff. I do have a coin collector microscope, but the last chip I changed, it was already reballed, so all I had to do was take the old one out, clean it up, and put the new one in the right place and get it hot. So, but I've been building nodes out of that, most any radio, and I take CM108 sound cards, $3 a pop, take the jacks off of them, and put a 2N 2222 for a keying transistor, and CR if I need it, and a couple of resistors, and $3 interface between a $10 computer and your radio. Away we go. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and put DMR on the same computer. It'll run both MMDVM host and Allstar at the same time in U5D.
Well, that sounds like a blast, and I've built probably 6 or 8 radioless nodes using a Raspberry Pi and a USB sound fob, and well, I was using knockoff Alinco mics, but the DTMFs on them are so bad that you can't control the node, and you have to use something like Node Remote or your Supermon or something like that to control it. So that kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it, but that True Blue Alinco mic is running freaking $65, $70, and these knockoffs are like 18. So I thought I'd try them, rewire the pins and tie it all in, a little speaker and audio amplifier with a volume control on it, stuck in the side of the case, sticking out, a little power supply, butt converter, knock it down to the 5 volts you need for the Pi. If you're real wily, you can stick 2 butt converters in, keep the mic at 8 volts for one and 5 volts for the Pi and all that, but I always had a little bit of trouble with the hum in the background of those radioless nodes. There's always something in the circuitry or the wiring or the transistor I was using or something that was causing a hum. I don't know if you experienced any of that on your audio tests or if you found a way around it. I'm just kind of curious. AI 5Q.
Well, none of mine are Raspberry Pi, and I've got this thing on a schedule, and I can't remember, so if I lose you, I will reconnect. The node I'm on right now, I'm talking on a 991 Yaesu, that's the radio, and it's RF going about 100 feet. And outside, I've got a General Electric Phoenix, old business radio. Inside the radio, within a sleeve, is a CM108. I think 470K to the discriminator. It's pretty hot on the discriminator coming out. And I don't remember, 5.6K in the mic circuit. And I let the DSP do the PLD code and squelch. And all the sound card has to do is key the radio and spit out the sound. And all of these are running Debian 12 Linux. And I found out it's just as easy while you got the node running. And yeah, RF getting back in. I built a node for a guy yesterday. I had some Samcom talkies. I have not done the radio less nodes, but a guy got about half a dozen of these talkies. And I ended up, it's perfectly clean if I put a dummy load on the thing. A little 2-watt 50-ohm resistor, or get the antenna away from the thing. That's the biggest noise problem I've run into is RF getting back into stuff. But with Debian 12, you get the node running on Allstar. Then if you got another USB port, put a CH340 in it and let that talk to a $20 Chinese hat. And then you can have MMDVM in one hole and Allstar in the other, both running concurrently on the same machine, same time, different radio frequencies.
Okay, I got you. I guess I misunderstood in my head originally when you were talking about some of the stuff you're doing. I thought maybe some of the radios you were making were radio lists, but I don't seem to have the problem with the radio ones running the cheap, nice RF chips and stuff like that, or tying into Kenwoods and things that have TNCs and the ports on the back. Alincos or another radio I tie into. I've done a few bow things, tying into them and getting the leads where I need to key up a little bow funk radio that you pull the power amplifier circuit or the audio amp circuit out of, so you're not blasting 5 watts all over the place on a local node. So you don't need the radio heating up that much. You neuter it down to about 150 milliwatts and let it go from there. It seems to work just fine for a local home node. I've got a 50-watt powered Kenwood TMD 710GA node that I like to play around with at the house, and when we do simplex nets, I used to put it on a private or a node that we have in the cloud here. A buddy of mine made an Allstar node in the cloud, and I would just link my radio up to that, and I'd let people that were near, far, and in between listening to our simplex net on 4655 on Saturday nights. It was a lot of fun, but just too busy. I got 5 kids, and bedtime's 8 o'clock. The simplex net starts at 8 o'clock. By the time I'm done getting some of them in bed, the net's moved on, so I don't get the chance to play like I used to, but that's okay. I play where I can.
W8WKY.
Sound like we are doing a lot of similar things. I do have some stuff in the cloud. I guess. I did something I shouldn't have done. Oh gosh, instead of Control V, I Control C. Hope that never happens. Anyhow, I'm going to send you an email that has a link on it, and that's my farm node. And I was going to send you my cloud node, but I just overwrote the URL. I'll get you that on another email here in a second. And of course, I lost my train of thought. What happened? I've been out of ham radio a lot. Got COVID, and I got it bad. The whole family did, wife and I. I ended up 14 days in the hospital, 7 of them in ICU. Made it back, got past all of that, and then I really got sick. I got blood poisoning, and that put me down for almost a year. So while I'm sitting around with nothing to do, I learned how to build an Allstar Node, cloud hubs, and WinLink. Got into a lot of WinLink stuff. So, and I'm pretty well able to get up and around now. Put up an antenna on a 100-foot tower the other day, so I've got a lot of my strength back. I'm not where I was, but 71 years old, I don't move quite as fast as I used to, Jerry. So.
AI5Q returning. Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than you, and I don't move as fast as I used to, so can't imagine what it's going to be like in another 20, 30 years. But climbing a 100-foot tower, I am firmly a terra firma sort of guy. I like my feet on the ground. I don't do heights real well. Even driving on like mountain roads, and we got curves and valleys on one side, it starts turning knots in my stomach. I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to fall off the edge of the face of the earth, and I just try and keep my feet on the ground as much as I can. Antenna launchers for the win, man, and tilt over towers. That's where I'm focusing my efforts.
Well, I started working, and by the way, I better pause and see if anybody else wants in. I don't want to tie up everybody's repeater too long. Yeah. If anybody does want in, don't hesitate a bit, and I'll do my best to leave some space. I started in 1975. I got my commercial two-way license. Went to work for a radio common carrier. There was also a two-way shop. We had mobile phone. When a mobile phone was real radio, we had a UHF full dux radio and full duplex stuff, automated. We also had answering service, VHF channels for connecting, and pagers and all that. And tower work was just part of the job as a two-way tech. So I've done that most of my life, hanging antennas and all that kind of jazz. So never really scared of it. It's hard work. Put the kids through college changing light bulbs for the cell companies later on. Spent a few years with a telephone company, and then started my own business in 1985 and got into 800 meg trunking and a lot of do-it-yourself stuff, and had the opportunity to sell my licenses, had some SMR license, sold that stuff about 15 years ago, and just been out here on the farm. I had a no-compete, so I couldn't open another business, so just ranching, and we do a little prison ministry and stuff like that, and I stay busy. Most of this, like yourself, I build the nodes and pretty well give them away. Over.
I got your link to the farm node page. I got it pulled up. I'm watching myself key up the W8WKY Sierra Club Allstar Hub that you're connected to, that I'm connected to. So non-competes, those have always interested me. Why? I know why people do them, I guess. I understand the principle behind them, but it seems like if you take somebody that's good at something and you cut their toes off so that they can't run you out of business again, I don't know. It would be difficult to buy somebody's business and then watch them take over and steal all your customers back from you because you bought the customer base with the business a lot of times is what you're doing. So, I don't know. And, prison ministry sounds like it could be quite interesting. I think, I don't know, RevKev might do some of that. K6 KJV, King James Version, over in California, checks into the Beacon Net quite often. He does a little bit of ministry and stuff like that. So I don't know if he does prison ministry, but that's always kind of fascinated me. We have some guys at the church that do that. I'm Catholic myself, and there's lots of opportunities to do different ministries and help out and pitch in and learn more about the faith and teach others about it. And believe it or not, Catholics are supposed to be evangelical, but a lot of them aren't. They just kind of keep to themselves and don't like to be questioned, is what I've noticed. But there certainly are those that are a little bit more outgoing and try and bring people to the faith. And I've been talking with a buddy of mine, trying to bring him around to going to church again. He hasn't been since he was like 15, and he's in his late 50s. He said church never agreed with him, and so I'm educating them slowly but surely, pushing the envelope, but not pushing it too hard or too fast. So there you go. AI Fight, you back over to you, Steve.
Yeah, it's NU5D. Same. A lot of the same here. I'm a catechist, and I teach a religious ed class and done some of that stuff. And I bring the liturgy and the communion service to the prison. We have a priest that comes out maybe once, twice a month, but other than that, I'll bring the liturgy, and I've been reading. I can't preach, obviously, but I can read. What I've been using is Pope Francis 3 years ago, so it follows the liturgical cycle. His homily from the Angelus, which is a short one page, and it fits the liturgy. So I'll read that to the folks. We have 20, 25 folks show up for communion service, and then that's an hour, and then another hour of catechesis after that. So been doing that about 10 years now. Over.
Well, very good. I support your efforts and appreciate you doing that. I've got a friend of mine that's going to be in jail for pretty much the rest of his life. He's not a life sentence, but it might as well be given his age and the length of his term. And we go back and forth messaging each other, and he has turned a page in his religious convictions, whereas he was not very religious before he went in, and is starting to see the light of Christ. So it's pretty fascinating to watch him grow, and it doesn't negate what he did, and he knows that, and he knows that he's being tested right now, and I just hope he doesn't do anything stupid in the meantime and decide to shorten his sentence on his own terms, because that's been a real concern of mine for him. But yeah, we'll see. I just keep talking to him and encouraging him to look into more stuff. My buddy that's about 58, he did not realize that Jesus descended into hell for 3 days, and before he was resurrected, and that was news to him. And we had a pretty lengthy discussion that night when he found that out. It was pretty in depth and very rewarding.
This NU5D. Well, work with people, meet them where they're at, and let them find their own pace and kind of go from there. Well, let's see. Back to electronics. I'll have a blessing of having acreage out here, so can put various antennas that I like. Not as much antenna and low bands as I used to. I do have an inverted V at 120 feet, 140 feet either side of center, and it's fed with 600 ohm line, and that thing will reach out pretty good. What else? Really not a whole lot else, Jairus. That's kind of me in a nutshell, I suppose, and we've been tying up the repeaters for a while. You got my node numbers. You're welcome to connect anytime you want to, and your call sign and the hamster, lowercase, I'll go ahead and get where you can get in if you want to play with it.
All right. Well, hey, I sure appreciate it. This is AI5Q for ID. I don't know why else I would say AI5Q if it wasn't for ID. It's just kind of a fallback. Sometimes I do that for ID. There's a lady on the radio here, Nancy, that hated when we said that for ID to be in compliance, and so we started saying it after every transmission there for a couple of months just to annoy her. It's so much fun playing with other hams. That's what the hobby's about. So anyway, well, we'll say 73. We'll let you get on down the road, and appreciate the invite to play around with the node. Oh, you're gone. So that'll be that. AI5Q signing clear.
Yeah, 8 o'clock it switched over to the East Coast reflector, but I see you're back as well. So here we go. We'll go ahead and tie the ribbons on it, Jairus. Over.
Sounds good, Steve. We'll catch you later. I've got a club meeting. I got to head on out to. It's about 45 minutes out, and get some breakfast before then and all that. Field day coming up to a club meeting near you. AI5Q. We'll talk to you later, Steve. Have a good one.
Okay, anything I can ever do to help you, don't be a stranger. AI5Q and U5D, 73.
Sleeps to field day. KD8 SLG. Steve and Jairus, talk to you guys later.
Hey, Nick, good to hear you.
I thought you was clear, but you're sounding a little cloudy. K4OG. All right, KDSLG, and hello, NU5D.
I'm mobile.
Roger, roger. I'll be mobile in a minute, heading over to Jim's. K4OG.
Give my best to the old buzzard. And see you a little later on. K4OG, KD8SLG.
Roger, roger, will do, and we'll be talking about the old goat for sure on the porch. So there you go. 73 is KD8SLG, K4OG clear.
Y'all have heard of the Net out of Racine, the happy hour. the Coppers Cove Club is having an unfield day. Instead of spending $500 or so on a facility and setting up and food and ice and all that, it's going to be a free-for-all. Set up your under the club call. Rules are modified to level the playing field a little bit, but overall, club members can set up as, where, and how they want to. Top scorer gets $300. Number 2 gets $200. Number 1 gets $100. Same money, and you don't have to spend all night out in a covered awning. Anyhow, so we're having the unfield day, and you find that'll stir up things a little bit, I imagine. Over.
Hey Steve, this is AI5Q. Have you ever heard the Dixie Traders Net on Friday nights? It's from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We host it on the RCWA system. It is not an all-star friendly net, and by that I mean the guy goes so fast, and the repeater hardly ever drops. It's really hard to get into, but it is a blast to listen to. It is Roger out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He'll get 130 check-ins in 2 hours and just knocking them down left and right. And they list stuff for buy, sell, and trade on there. So didn't know if you had ever stumbled across his node. It's a W4KEV 50015, I believe, or you could connect to the 49562, and it'll be tied in there. Just curious if you'd ever stumbled across that one.
W8WKY.
No, I'm not familiar with that one. So RCWA 5 o'clock on a Friday, I might just drop in and see what takes place.
Correction to the time, it's 7 p.m. on a Friday. And yeah, you're more than welcome to jump in. It may be an hour and a half before there's a long enough lull to get in on All-Star, but plenty of people do it and enjoy it, and he loves to hear people from Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas, and Ohio gets in on the fun every now and then. Nick tends to check in most weeks and stuff like that, so it's just something a buddy of mine found, and we decided to put on the repeater. So it is a blast, and there's nobody like Roger. Oh, son, we're having a good time.
Okay, I was looking up 50015. But make sure I got a 5 and not a 6 here. Oh, there we go. W4 KEV. Knoxville, Tennessee. I will take a look.
All right, well, I just thought I'd share that. I was listening to it last night, and I tend to tune in most Friday nights to that one because I can listen to it while the kids are playing, or we're usually done with dinner by 7 and starting to wind stuff down for the evening. So I'll let Roger go in the background, and he is a very nice guy. Mitch, my buddy that found him, met him in person, drove the 12 hours over to Hamfest just to meet Roger to turn around and drive 12 hours home. So, man, yeah, check it out, and I think you'll be
W8WKY.
KF8 Echo Juliet. Good morning.
This is November 7, Victor Alpha November, N7VAN, Brian Mobile monitoring.
November 7, VAN, this is KF8 Echo Juliet. How you doing?
KF8 Echo Juliet, good to hear from you. I think I picked you up a while back, a couple days ago, and I think I called back, but I might have had my settings messed up. I'm on a new radio. Over.
Nice. I think so. I don't typically transmit too much, mostly just when I'm experimenting with stuff. But felt like being a little social this morning, so I figured I'd check in and see what's going on.
Yeah, copy that. It's rainy out here in Akron. Well, it's kind of a mist. I don't know if it's rain or mist or what. But it's coming down. It's precipitating. So, how are you today? Over.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty wet down here in Barberton too. We had a music and arts festival for this area today, so I'm hoping it blows over so we can all kind of go to that. So I'm doing well. I'm in the middle of building a 2-meter J-pole and gonna try to get that set up later today and give that a test.
Very nice. I have a J-pole as well. It's in my garage right now. It needs some resoldering on some points. It's pretty old, but I intend to get it put up on the roof this summer. I've had very good luck with J-poles on 5 watts. They're amazing antennas. Over.
Yeah, and the simplicity of it was another reason I decided to make it, because it's my first shot at building one, well, building an antenna in general, rather, so I don't have an SWR meter, so I'm hoping that if I follow the instructions good enough, it just works.
Copy that. Hey, let me ask you a question regarding your build. Are you capping the top ends of it, and if not, are you concerned about any water getting in and freezing? Over.
Yeah, I definitely, I did cap the ends of it. I'm not too concerned about water there. I don't know if this one will live permanently outside or not, only because I live in a rental right now.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, mine does not have ends on it. I had it up for a couple years, and then I moved, and then I didn't get back into ham. But I've noticed some of the solder points aren't the greatest, and I've got to retouch those back up. So, and then the guy who made it for me didn't put any caps on it, and that's the one thing I want to do is put caps on it. N7VAN with KF8 Julie EEJ. Over.
Yeah, I think what I want to do after I get this one finished up is go right ahead and build another one. But I thought about maybe cutting it somewhere in the middle and threading it to do like a collapsible kind of J-pole for travel and whatnot. I think that could be cool for some POTA stuff.
Yeah, not familiar with that. Someday I'd like to build a 6-meter one. I've heard the 6-meter J-poles also work very well as well. Over.
done with any of the 6-meter stuff. But been playing a lot on 2 meters. 70 centimeters I haven't had much luck on, but I've definitely been having a blast on 2 meters.
My understanding is that a J-pole will also work on 70 centimeters. I have not tried it, but that's my understanding. Over.
Break.
Go ahead, break.
Hey, VAN K4OG, just hearing you in the car here before I take off. Yeah, man, a J-pole, you can even make a 2-meter, 70-centimeter horizontal J-pole and go fishing for satellites.
Very cool, Mark. I wouldn't have known that, but I figured you would have. Good to know. Thank you.
73 to you guys. I'm going to get something to drink and head to Jim's house. WB8VMW.
W8WKY. W8WKY.
I'm looking for a quick test. Kilo Echo 8, Victor Romeo Mike, looking for a quick test.
This is KF8, Echo Juliet. I caught something, but it's very, very crunchy.
Yes, this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Romeo Mike. My name is Rick. I'm just setting up some antennas here, and if I'm crunchy, thanks a lot.
W8WKY repeater PL1 14.8.